Peace in the Morning Show with the illustrious and funky Darius A. Stanton, streaming on Streets Media Studios. Cheap it funky Fridays.
It's the Funky Friday show, baby, with the Peace in the
Whoop,
Morning
whoop.
show. Let's go.
Woo, woo.
Yeah. Another man's mistakes, and the patient man, he is always willing to wait.
Hey.
And you know a kind man, he never knows how to hurt. These are the virtues.
You went for me.
This is the way that I live.
These are the things that I see. My mama, she told me, she said, check it out, y'all. Very own power.
And with precision we become exact, more
You
accurate
by the hour. These are the virtues for you and for me. This is the way that I live, and these are the things that I see. My mama, she told me, she said, blow, whoa, 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 blow, whoa, 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 bye. Whoa, 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 bye. Yeah. Funky Friday, baby.
Funky Friday.
Peace in the Morning show with Darius A. Stanton and DJ 5-Star. And our queens on the scene. Wait till I introduce these queens. Whew. Out of sight dynamite. You're not going to believe how thorough these queens are. Well, yes, you will, because you know how we do. Here we go. Yep. Woo! Okay, I get excited. Whew, I had to bring it on down, bring it all the way down. All right. Peace in the morning. This is Darius A. Stanton and the Peace of the Morning show live right here on Funky Friday and with DJ 5-Star. Now, 5-Star is not with us today, unfortunately. And, we're excited, though, the fact that he's going to be rocking with us all the time because he's always with us because we spiritual people, and that's how we do on the Peace of the Morning show. But today we have Funky Friday, and our focus is part 2. That's right, part 2 of Falling into Health with Dr. Midwife T. Peace and love, Queen. Welcome forward to the Peace of the Morning show.
Peace and blessings to everyone. Thank you for having me.
No doubt about it. And today we're talking about obesity and diabetes. So, instead of me telling you or telling you, what not to do and what you shouldn't put in your body, we're going to focus on what you should do, what you should put in your body. So listen, you know how many people are overweight? You know how many people die every year of obesity?
Hmm.
You know how many people die of diabetes every year? Do you know what a problem that is, in particularly in the African American community, in the Indian community? Do you know? The statistics are alarming. So please go look it up. And we're going to share some solutions on how to get rid of that obesity, how to get rid of that diabetes without taking any medicine, except for everything that God blessed us right here with on the planet Earth. And that's what Dr. T is going to share with you. We all going to recap last week's show where we talked about how to build your immune system. But before we do that, oh, shucks. Rub your hands together like this if you're watching the show. Come on, get it together. Rub it like this. Run it like this. And what you're going to feel is you're going to feel the heat. You're going to feel the fire. You're going to feel it. Sure enough, you're going to feel a star that's on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show for the very first time. Natalie Redd, welcome to the show.
What up, everybody? Hey, I'm happy to be here. Early in the morning, but peace in the morning.
That's right. It's Funky Friday, baby.
Whoop, whoop.
So check it out.
Woo-hoo.
We are going to play one of your songs, let you sing a little bit. So this queen has a new EP that's going to release on Monday. We're going to play 1 or 2 songs off that. She's going to sing. And boy, you are going to be like, ding, ding, dong. Ding, 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 dong.
Ding, 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 dong.
Come on. Hey, and we're going to freestyle. So we got a lot for you today. Our good brother, DJ 5 Star, is handling business. He is actually at the National Black NBA Conference in Chicago.
Okay.
So he's lighting that up. Yeah, I mean, lighting it up.
Okay.
But real quick, we got 2 commercials we want to share with you, 2 of our sponsors, and we'll be right back with the Piece of the Morning show where we deal with falling into health, dealing with diabetes and obesity, and the queen herself, Natalie Redd, who is going to light it up. You're going to get a puff off of that on the Piece in the Morning.
Power Generation Network is a catalyst to promote Black businesses, providing sustainable solutions that impact our local businesses, our communities, and our families. Washington, D.C., Prince George's County, Maryland, and Atlanta, Georgia are all thriving metropolises. How did it get that way? Leaders came together and took a stand. They put policies in place that made sure Black businesses and Black people benefited from the contracts and the industries that were being developed. That set the stage for an environment where Black people opened doors for others in their community. They were connected and shared their resources. Power Generation Network is fostering that culture all over the country. People of color will create opportunities for each other. Businesses that are committed to excellence will work together, employing the local community, lending capital, and so much more. We use state-of-the-art technology and innovative networking platforms that connect your business with the right people and resources to better manage your businesses and increase your bottom line. Power Generation Network, join our team. We're already on yours.
All right. Thank you so much to our sponsors. So let's get right into it. Whew. Midwife T, before we talk to our queen about her beautiful work coming up, let's just recap real quick what we talked about last week as it applied to building your immune system in the midst of what's transpiring with all the illnesses that are out there, all of the viruses,
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
poor health in general, and why it's so important to boost your health going into the winter and fall season. Tell us some of the products and things that people can take that can help boost their immune system. I'll kick it off. We talked about um, Colado Silver. What are some of the others? And talk about Colado Silver, but some of the things we covered last week, and then we'll jump over to our queen, Natalie Redd.
Yeah, this will be a real quick recap. We talked about building the immune system, talked about a little elderberry syrup, we talked about vitamin C, we talked about colloidal silver and saline to help dry up phlegm, snot, and that type of thing. And then I gave you the listeners a word, probably a product that isn't very familiar, and asked them to investigate beta glucan. It oftentimes will be listed with the option to have inject, but you can buy it over the counter. It's not for everybody. And again, I encourage you to do your own research, but there's a lot of amazing things like oregano oil, throw some rosemary. There's a reason why in the fall we begin to transition into warmer, spicier foods and
Yes,
things.
make sure
I
that
had presented a
cancellation.
pumpkin dessert that had allspice, cinnamon, ginger, and cardamom. All of those are also excellent for your immune system. And I mentioned to have yourself a cup of chai tea and enjoy that with some honey. Yeah, those are all some amazing things just to recap building the immune system that we talked about.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So now we have an
Mhm.
opportunity to talk with Natalie Redd. So I told y'all before, warm it up. Because when this queen, I mean, her energy is on fire. The next time you come on, Natalie, we got to have you in the studio. So let's just get ready for that because we got to have you in here so we can just rock it out. Dr. T, we're going to have you in here too. We're going to turn this into a party.
Woo.
Birthday. Ow. Because it's Funky Friday, baby.
Yes, yes.
So, Natalie, tell us
Whoop,
about who
whoop.
you are. I know you're a songwriter, I know you're a singer, I know you're an entertainer. I've seen you perform. So, tell us all about Natalie Redd.
Woo. Natalie Redd is a force to reckon with. But no, as you stated, I am a singer, songwriter, entertainer. I am now also a radio host of a show that is on six different online internet radio stations that broadcasts worldwide. It's called the Red Zone. I have just released. Oh, and I'm so excited. Well, I haven't released yet because it releases on Monday. My new project title R&B 101 releases on Monday. It's an EP. It's long time coming. Let's just say that it's been a long time coming, but it's here. Oh my God, there's so many things that I could say about myself, but the one thing I can truly say about Natalie Redd is she's true to her art. Very true.
I love that. True to your art, true to the heart. And it's the only beginning, and we're about to start freestyling. So let's get ready. Let's get rolling because it's about the time to do that strolling. So you got some hearts coming up. We like it. So Funky Friday, kicking it out there. Oh, right on. Sister Blue Note, another performing artist. This sister is very talented. Check her out. I found her yesterday on IG, and she already with us today. Look forward to having her on the show. So Natalie, I think I'm gonna warm it up a little bit more because I want people to really be able to get into what you're gonna crank for us because you're gonna put something on us today that's like, it's gonna be powerful. So before you do that, tell us about, what really encouraged you to want to get on stage and sing and perform and what, makes you bring that energy because you really light crowds up. I mean, you make people want to dance, you make them want to join in, and all of the 80s, 90s, you can freestyle. You say you're not a freestyler, but you can rap it, tap it down.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, what music has always been in my life, even as a little girl, like I would always be singing as a little girl. I would write songs straight off the dome as a little girl and would sing it. Just so funny. My cousin and I, both my cousins and I were talking about it a couple of months ago. And she said, my cousin Melissa said, Nat, you remember when you wrote the song about Raid? And I said, oh my She said you wrote a song about Raid and had us
The bug
singing
song.
background. Yes, and had us singing background. She said, "Girl, that song was lit." So she said, "But see, that right there lets you know that this was something you were supposed to do. Music
Yeah.
is who you are." And for when I became a mom, I put music on hold for a very long time to focus on being mom and mentor and guide, all the hats that a mother would wear. And it wasn't until the passing of my grandmother in 2010 when music truly came just full force back into my life. I mean, she died on the 10th of June, and by the 20th or the 22nd of June, I was on somebody's stage, and no one had heard of me singing live or with a band in Massachusetts. If you heard me singing, you heard me singing in church because I was leading choirs, both youth and adult choirs, um, also leading and co-leading liturgical dance. So no one had really heard me sing outside of that realm in New England. So when my grandmother passed, it came back into my life. It was a form of healing. It was therapy for me. It helped me deal because I couldn't figure out why is it that I'm not grieving, why this woman was my best friend. She knew all about me, like everything. I didn't hide anything from my grandmother. She knew everything. And it helped me. It helped me. And from there, I ended up with various different bands from Prime Cut to, oh God, there's so many to list. The Wayne Patrick Band, New Colors. And then I started traveling and coming here to the DMV to perform, where I met up with Rodney Kelly and got with his band. And now I'm here in the DMV. I'm with X Factor. But in 2015, a past relationship, the guy that I was dating, who's also an artist, he looked at me and he said, if you don't get into somebody's studio and record, you and I are going to have an issue. He said, because I've heard you sing and I've seen your videos of singing, but being on that stage with you and watching how people respond to you, watching how you naturally just weave throughout the crowds and cause people to get happy, and you can feel their woes. This is where you belong. Let him use you. And so from there, I started writing. I got with uh, producer Jerome Pitts out of Massachusetts, of Pitts Campaign Music, and created my first EP titled It Is What It Is. From there, I started dropping singles like Boss. Um, Boss to me is a woman's empowerment song. Um, Although you wearing these hats, you bossed up no matter what. Your mom, your wife, your counselor, your doctor, your everything to your friends and your family. You don't see it, but you know it. You live that boss life. You got those haters, but you still live that boss life. From there, it was Trapped. That's a fun song. That's a fun song. That's that you don't see it, but you see it, but you think you got me, but you don't. I'm one step ahead of you. That's what Trapped is. I'm not gonna let you trap me into your cave of doom. I refuse to be an LMN character. And if you don't know what LMN is, it's Lifetime Movie Network. I refuse to be that. Then Giving Up. Giving Up is a song that my mom calls brown liquor. It's that brown liquor song. It's that
Oh,
it kind of has a bluesy song. And actually I wrote Giving Up, believe it or not, on um 495, stuck in traffic. And I was on the phone with a friend who he was telling me, he says, Nat, I'm tired. I can't take this anymore. This girl is giving me the blues. I no matter what I do, I just give up. And he was talking and I just started giving up. It's so hard to do. But right now, baby, I give up on you. And I'm listening to myself. I said, oh, I need to record this while I'm singing this. So Stuck in Traffic, I wrote that song and it was released in 2018. Did very well. From there, oh my God, from there you
You
have
just you
my new one. Well, not my new, but you have Body Language and Dear R&B, which both of those were released during the pandemic
mm.
simultaneously. And I love the response from them all. So
hey,
I'm
well
just
look, I'm gonna
excited.
tell you. Go ahead and do some acapella, and then we're gonna go into your, jam because we got it right here queued up. Uh, Matter of fact, let's just go ahead into it. We're gonna let you crank this joint out because this song right here, I mean, it is body language, ladies and gentlemen, off the new EP. You want to set it up? Go ahead, set it up for the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my song Body Language, produced by Burn Mills. It was released back in November. No, actually, my birthday, 2020, December 2020. And actually, it is correction, not part of my new EP, but it was released before my EP. It is a jazz R&B feel single. Kind of got that 80s feel, that Stephanie Mills feel. So this is Body Language.
All right, here we go. Body language on the Peace in the Morning Show. Funky Friday. It's funky too, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. If you home, you might want to squeeze your people.
Can you turn it up a little bit? Baby, just relax and unwind. A Friday night made just for you and I. Turn off the phone, don't dare touch the TV. A silhouette of love is all we'll see. The pressures of the week is weighed us down. The game of love is what we're playing now. Take off my heels and loosen up your tie. Kiss my lips, I'll kiss your neck, and you know what is next. Talking body language, body talking all night long. Ooh, talking body language, your body's calling me body language all night long. Ooh, you know how deep my river flows from my mountain peaks down to my valley below. I love it when you dock your ship of love. Our bodies cruising, the words we using, the essence that is us. By candlelights we make a solemn vow. Embrace the day, the you, the I right now. Take off my heels and loosen up your tie. Kiss my lips and kiss your neck, and you know what is next. Body language, talking body language. Body talking all night long. Ooh, talking body language. Your body's calling me body language all night long. Ooh, I'm talking body language, body talking all night long. Ooh, talking body language. Your body's calling me body language all night long. Take your time, yeah. Hey, ooh, I'm talking body language, body talking all night long. Talking body language, your body's calling me body language all night long. Talking body language, body talking all night long. Talking body language, body's calling me body language all night long. Ooh, I hear your body calling me. Your body's calling me body language all night long.
Ooh.
Wow. I love it.
Hey, did I tell you, light it up, get up off of that? Oh, man, thank you so much. Let's give a big round of applause.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow.
Oh,
Queen.
man, we got to get that in the studio audience. Well, the brother was right about getting you in the studio, and I'm so glad that you listened to him. A real quick little commercial before we let the sister roll, and she can stay with us and get a good piece of this health education. But I know she got a lot going on, and we are so happy to have her. But whatever you want to do in life, don't wait on it. Participate in whatever way you can. Get in. You know, don't wait on going to the studio. Don't wait on writing your book. Don't wait on, traveling to a place. Regardless of what's going on, put your mind to it, put your heart into it, and it'll manifest in the manner and the way that it's supposed to be. But don't hold back and don't wait on it. And this sister just showed you. Just think if she held back and didn't let that all night long, that body language, you wouldn't even have that this morning. Now you got a song to look forward to on Monday. So Monday night, you can have a play day. Ha ha. Yeah. Hey, look, one of your fans, I'm the ultimate Natalie Redd fan. Danielle Briscoe Rucker. Peace and love, Queen. Welcome to the Peace in the Morning Show. Make sure you like it. Make sure you share it. Make sure you get some hearts. And make sure you light it up and get a puff off of that Natalie Redd.
Not the puff.
Not the
Thank
puff.
you.
No, that heat. You got to hit that heat. So, Natalie, let everybody know how they can follow you, how they can reach you. I know every Sunday you're out there with our sister, Asia, who just celebrated her 20th year. Ask Asia Chandler, the phenomenal radio personality, MC, you name it. This queen is a wonderful, wonderful person.
She's awesome. Yeah.
You're out there with her on Social Distance Sunday brunch down in Fort Washington, Maryland, every Sunday. But where else can they see you perform? Definitely go there. So you can go to, is it tomorrow?
Actually, no. Unfortunately, had to cancel the release party, but it's okay. It is okay because Nat's got a lot of things going on in her life right now with now being part of a web series. Yeah, I'm getting my acting hat. So getting ready to work on my video, produce the video. So I got a lot of things going on, but you can follow me on Instagram or on Twitter using the handle at I am Natalie Redd, and that's Red with 2 D's. Or you can go to facebook.com/I am Natalie Redd. There you can follow me there as well. Ultimately, far as music and anything else you want to know, far as Natalie Redd, the woman, to Natalie Redd, the singer-songwriter, to Natalie Redd, the radio host, go to IamNatalieRedd.com. There you'll find everything.
Beautiful, sister.
Thank you. Thank you. I am.
You also
And
share a
be sure to
birthday.
look out for my
One more
new
time, I
EP.
am NatalieRedd.com.
Yeah.
In that bag.
The new EP drops on Monday, ladies and gentlemen. It is called R&B 101, and it will be on all digital platforms, including my website.
Beautiful. You share your birth date is the same as like everybody in my family too. I just want to let you know that. Some
Wow.
very loving people are all around that same sign.
Oh, Sagittarius.
Ah,
When is that? When is
Sagittarius.
your birthday?
12
December
20.
3rd.
12 20. Did you say
That-
December 3rd or 12 20?
Is no 12/20 is when the album was released. December 3rd is my birthday.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
We're so excited about that in the very
Yeah, it's like, man, it was hey, Sagittarius people. That's the sign. That's the sign. Don't get it twisted.
Look, I just say
Look here.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Sagittarius people are brutally honest. I will say that we are loyal to a fault, but we
My
are
kind of
brutally-
people.
Brutally honest. Brutally
I
honest.
like it. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to hearing the news that you're sharing, because that's a
Yeah.
topic that the community, that our people really and truly need.
No,
Because
sure.
I don't know what it is that causes us when it comes to health to just overlook.
Yeah.
But I'm looking
Well-
forward to being a part of what you
We're
have to
definitely
share.
going to
It's coming. Oh, it's all in the pot. We in the pot. It's all in the pot.
So
You
it's
want
on
me to
its
go
way.
ahead, Brother
matter
D?
of fact, As soon as we come back from this quick commercial break, we're gonna join us on the
Yep.
dealing with obesity and diabetes. Now that we got our blood rolling and boiling, we all pumped up and ready to go. Now it's time for the Funky Friday Piece of the Morning show. We're gonna get it going and we're gonna get it popping.
What piece in the morning?
Dr. T, the
What-
midwife.
What piece in the
Hey.
morning?
Peace in
Peace
the,
in the morning.
Peace in the morning. Peace in the morning.
Ooh.
Peace in the morning. Peace in the morning.
Here we go.
Go Sag. And
Power Generation Network is a catalyst to promote Black businesses, providing sustainable solutions that impact our local businesses, our communities, and our families. Washington, D.C., Prince George's County, Maryland, and Atlanta, Georgia are all thriving metropolises. How did it get that way? Leaders came together and took a stand. They put policies in place that made sure Black businesses and Black people benefited from the contracts and the industries that were being developed. That set the stage for an environment where Black people opened doors for others in their community. They were connected and shared their resources. Power Generation Network is fostering that culture all over the country. People of color will create opportunities for each other. Businesses that are committed to excellence will work together, employing the local community, lending capital, and so much more. We use state-of-the-art technology and innovative networking platforms that connect your business with the right people and resources to better manage your businesses and increase your bottom line. Power Generation Network, join our team. We're already on yours.
All right. So, Dr. T, obesity and diabetes. So we're dealing with pre-existing conditions, things that, in 2019, just to set the stage, 1.7 million people died of obesity, cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. 1.7 million people. So picture that. 1.7 million people. That's a lot of people. And that's 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015,
Yeah.
2014, 1.7 million times all of those years. Think about that for a moment. That's five,
Mm-hmm.
and that's in the United States. That's not even worldwide. That's over 5
Right.
million people that have died to preventable diseases. So our show today now is shifting focus
That's right.
to how do we address and heal from these things. And to do that for us is the queen, midwife, a doula, holistic health uh, practitioner. Could I say that?
I was a naturopath back in the day when you didn't need a license, so I maintain my knowledge. Yes, I maintain
There
my
it is.
knowledge, and I
There it
thank you
is.
for that. But yeah, let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk about it. So, what we have is a situation where obesity is measured. A lot of times, you'll hear this thing called a BMI, your body mass index, and there's standard values that go with that don't always apply to people who may have big bones or certain ethnic and diverse backgrounds. But when your organs or your tissues or your body functions start to become affected by that mass and the body, and we call that your weight, it can lead us to be in a state of obesity. And so, obesity is when you have put on weight that is not helping your body to function at its best. Um, what do we do about that? Well, the last time I was on this wonderful show, I was able to present a little dessert. So I always try to bring something that leads in. So today, I'm going to introduce you to this stuff in this bottle right here. Not the bottle. Don't look at the label, okay? What's in the bottle is what's important. Water. Why is water being talked about with obesity? And it's going to come up again with diabetes. But why is water so important? Well, because sometimes we'll say obesity and we say, oh, that's just water weight. Now, you might tell yourself that, but then the difference between that and what other kind of reason you have the weight would be, well, that could be fat cells, right? And
Water,
so
wait a
we
minute,
got
wait a
to
minute. Wait, wait a
hey,
minute, wait.
wait. No,
Water,
look, I'm
water
telling
weight.
you hey, look, wait, I gotta tell you what I've heard. When I say, look, you a little heavy in areas you shouldn't be, and they say, oh, that's just water weight. Hey, look, water weight. And I say, well, how much water do you drink? Oh, that's where I get my answer. See, because if you're not drinking enough water to equate to what I'm looking at, and that's 99.9% of the time, I get to say, now look, let's talk some facts. So we were going to talk about how to get better, right? We're going to keep it on the up and up, brother D. So one thing about obesity is your body has to have what it needs. You're going to hear me say that over and over again every time I talk. So foods that are really, really good to help your metabolism work well would be some of the things coming up in this time and season. Some of the things going out that you may not have as often, might throw it in your dressing. Let's think about um, the dinners that we might have coming up. Somebody might put some sage in there. Oh, yeah, that's very good for you. Then you have some onions and some bell peppers. Those are nightshades. Those are very good for you as well. Those things help to work on your heart. They help to work with your circulation, your blood. But it also warms the body. There's something about the metabolism and warming the body that helps with obesity because it can aid in your movement and your ability to not have so much weight on you. That would be, again, looking into some of those spices. There's documented studies now about how wonderful turmeric is, cinnamon. And I would go as far as saying allspice. Allspice is amazing. If you've never used it before, you should look into it. I like it personally. Like I said, I'm into chai tea and things of that nature. But all of those seasonings, ironically, can go into pumpkin, sweet potatoes. Those are some other things that would help with your glycemic index. What is a glycemic index? Well, it's about sugars and taking in sugars that are healthy for you. So instead of white potatoes, where you have a starchy sugar that doesn't really do the body as much good as a yellow or a orange potato. You should look into those too to help with your weight in your body. Um, and then let's talk about certain types of proteins we need to have. Um, if you're looking in the vegetarian, vegan departments, nuts are really good for you. Nuts are healthy for you, but sometimes people have nut allergies, like peanut allergies. So be bold. It's fall. In the fall, I bring out the black walnuts. I bring out the hazelnuts. Um, there's a whole lot of other really amazing things that we can try too, in addition to that. Cashew nuts, they're a staple, they're a favorite. But there's nothing better than a pecan pie laying next to the sweet potato pie. Those things do have sugars in them, so we can maybe modify so we're not using cane sugar. One of the biggest contributors to obesity has been white cane sugar. So we want to look for other sweeteners. Well, what kind of sweeteners?
So
You
you
have things.
so you mean white
Sure.
cane sugar is a problem?
You know what? I said white cane sugar for a reason because there's some brown cane sugar, and that's what we call our turbinado. Hasn't really been processed as much. It's still processed, but not as much. But when it turns
So it's
white,
better
it's
to use brown
say
cane sugar
again.
than white cane sugar.
There's a difference. Yes, yes, there's a difference. And then brown sugar itself is a combination of usually a cane sugar and molasses. And I think that's why a lot of people like
Mm.
brown sugar in their oatmeal because there's some minerals going into your body from the molasses. These are all just considerations to work on that glycemic index, right? And that affects that BMI I just talked about because those are the things that'll keep that weight on you. Those are the things we want to watch as our sugars. And that segues into diabetes. And we're going to talk about that some more too. Did you have any other thoughts, Brother D? I can just,
Well, I guess as you transition into diabetes, talk about the mindset around food and eating to taste, eating to live,
mm,
and the focus of. So I did a intermittent fast for 2 weeks, and then
hmm.
I did a liquid fast for a week.
Oh, wow. What
And
were the
it
benefits? How'd that work?
well, the first thing it did was it stopped me from thinking about always being hungry. It stopped me from thinking and putting so much focus on what am I going to eat? When am I going to eat? Did I eat yet? You spend so much energy on
Hmm.
thinking about what you're going to eat, and then if you eat like we do, meaning
Hmm.
we don't meats, we don't eat a lot of foods that you can ride by
Hmm. Hmm.
on the street.
Hmm.
And so then you have the challenge of where am I going to eat? What can I get from where?
That's right.
And so you spend so much energy on that. The other thing was our body spend an enormous amount of energy digesting food.
Right.
And that energy that the body spends digesting food could be transferred to what we really need, which is energy for the brain to function. And you can
Right.
think more, you can do more, you have more energy, you have more stamina, you have more energy for your
Mhm.
partner, you have more energy for your children, you have more energy for yourself. Things
That's
that you
right.
want to do for yourself after you've taken care of everybody else throughout the day. Now you want to take a bath, or now you want to work out, or you might want to write. In Natalie Redd's case, she might want to sing a song, but you're so tired because you don't have the energy. So talk a little bit
Yeah,
about changing the mindset
absolutely.
and how much,
For
food takes
sure.
to digest and transferring that energy, please.
Yeah, for sure. Because you brought up some really good points. You know, fasting is something that we can practice just in a daily way. For example, one of my disciplines, and I don't always keep it, I'm human. However, one of the disciplines is not eating after a certain time at night. Um, when you don't do that, you allow your body to take a break and fast. And that means you don't eat again until breakfast, right? Because we're going to break our fast from the night before. This allows your food in your body to get digested throughout the night. A lot of times, if you are not giving your body a break. You'll find that when you go to sleep sometimes, if you're eating certain things that chemically may not be the best for your body, or if you're not drinking enough water. Water is very important. I showed that for a reason. You will find that you have I will call gas and bubble guts and other kind of things that happen when you're sleeping at night. And so those are some signs and symptoms you want to look for in your diet. When you go to sleep at night, is your body still? Or is your stomach empty enough and your digestion, has it churned the food and processed it enough for it to be of benefit to you? Um, the other thing too that you mentioned that was really amazing is not thinking about food. So one thing is we will eat and we have to watch and be conscious of how we eat. Being mindful of what you're putting in your mouth and when you're putting it in your mouth, and what is it that you're actually putting in your mouth. So there's a lot of foods that tend to be on the organic side. Then we have other types of organics nowadays, where people will hear terms like non-GMO or gluten-free. Keto is another word. These aren't necessarily trends, but they are definitely things that I encourage everybody to look up because it can change the quality of the foods that you choose to buy. It is so important that every day we have a source of protein in our body because that is what your brain likes to eat. And it's very important that we get as many fruits and vegetables as possible. Um, I found that, again, I'm a seasonal eater. So in the summertime, I try to stick with some of the summer fruits and things. I encourage everybody to explore things for summertime, but we're falling back into our health. So fall is coming, and there's going to be a focus on heavily laden, buttery pies and pastries, roasted meats and savory sauces and things of that nature. If you're not a meat eater, you should try really truly. It's roasted chickpeas are so good. I also know people who like to, I'm not into fried foods personally, but I also know there's a way that you can bake some kale and it's delicious, and I know people who like fried kale. What we try to do, again, also is incorporate more raw into your diet. Raw foods are amazing. I personally like raw over all the other things that could be cooked. If I had a preference, it would be raw. But go for those heavy leafy greens, not just the ones that are the bitters and the spring mix. You're not in the spring right now where your body needs a lighter load and you're getting out in the sun a lot more. It's wintertime coming after fall. It's going to start getting cold. So the warming spices are coming out. The foods that keep you kind of bulked up are coming out. And there's a reason for that. And I think as we are aligning ourselves with being mindful of what we like to eat and what we put into our bodies, we're also going to want to feel really good after we eat these meals. We don't want to get the itis after you eat some of those holiday meals. You start wanting to fall asleep on the couch while you're watching football. Food
You
should
stepping on
energize
my
you.
toes. I'm not watching
Food,
football because I
food
gave
should.
up the NFL based on their
Okay.
racist practices. But
Okay.
I
Okay.
definitely,
But
believe
my
in.
focus is on my focus is on the couch sitting, right? Whatever you're watching. So whatever you choose to watch, it's the couch time I'm concerned about when we're not able to get up and move
Natalie, is she
around.
stepping on any of your toes as well?
I don't want anybody to have the itis. Don't get the itis. Watch your
No, no.
toes. Watch your toes. But anyway,
So
yeah.
sugar
So
diabetes, doesn't that put people in the position of losing toes and feet and other things? Um,
that sure does, especially if you
talk to
are
us about.
a, yeah. I'm having a little trouble hearing. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to talk over you.
No problem.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
we'll take a quick break, just 30 seconds. But when we come back, I want you to talk about sugar diabetes and what it can do to the body and how that sugar
Okay.
crystallizes in the body. Also, what's causing gout and other things, which is acid. And why you said it's so important, you showed the water and how keeping your body hydrated. The brain is 80% water, the body is at least 75% water. So water is so critical to just movement and thought and fueling the
Mm-hmm.
blood. I mean, so many things. So when we come back, we'll talk a little
Perfect.
bit about that, and hopefully we'll be able to
All right.
close out when we do close out in the next 10 minutes with another
All right.
song from Firecracker on the Peace of the Morning Show. We'll be right back. Yeah. All right. So we definitely excited about that. Make sure you check out the Life magazine. Um, Thank you, Life magazine, for being one of our strategic partners. And they've got positive media, just a wonderful publication. We definitely got to introduce them to Natalie Redd because we want to make sure that they know about the superstar. And since she's already broadcasting all over the world, sitting on top of the world, bum, bum, ba-da. You see, I'm trying to audition for your backup singer. Dr. T,
Yep.
you see me
Yep.
throwing that little audition joint. I try to
I
put that
heard
little.
you. Yeah, trying to get in where he fit in. Yeah.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
We were talking about diabetes, sugar diabetes, gout. Talk to us about that,
Yeah, all of
what
that.
we can do
All of
to
that.
stop that as well.
Yeah, let's talk about metabolism. So, what is diabetes anyway? It's when your body isn't the fuel. Your fueling system is kind of off kilter. So your metabolism is what they call like your ability to use what the body has to create energy. It affects your energy. It affects how all the organs are receiving what they need. But it's very important that we have a certain amount of sugar in our bodies. Sugar in and of itself is a necessary component found mostly in our carbohydrates. But there's the type of carbohydrate that's not the best for you. And then we have carbohydrates that are called complex carbs, and they're really good for you. So we want to get into the brown rices and we want to get into the black rice. I love black rice. It's one of my favorites. But if I eat that every day, then my body will start showing signs of missing other things. I love that Brother Darius mentioned certain types of amino acids, also known as proteins, by way of saying if you're going to eat foods that are low in sugars, then you want to consider having things that are of a protein background. And what would that look like? It doesn't mean you have to eat tofu every day, speaking from a vegetarian or vegan perspective, but it does mean that you should look into some beans, some lentils, things of that nature. It doesn't have to always be meat based, and that's the only source of protein that you have. There's actually in all vegetables, there are amino acids as well. And amino acids simply are proteins, but they're on a molecular level. That means the body has to do something with it to get the nutrition out of it. I want to address the mindset. One thing that came up earlier was the mindset. What happens when somebody is just not able to do the right thing with their hand, physically taking something and putting it into their mouth that they know isn't really good for them? Part of the problem with allowing ourselves to continue in a state of unhealth is that we have not yet gotten a mindset of cause and effect. Um, and there are reasons for that mindset, especially in communities where we see a lot of people like us going through changes about what we eat. Sometimes It could be economical issues. It could be financial issues. It could be an issue of access, and it could be an issue of education. What I call those four things are stressors. They're stressors because stress can keep weight on a person. And so we have to start identifying what are the stressors in your life that may allow you to eat more than you really want to eat, or not to look at your food differently when you put it in your mouth. Is that a psychological stressor? What are those stressors? And I hope everyone will take time to kind of review when you put your hands on something and when you smell things and, put it in your mouth and you taste it. What does it taste like? Start trying some new things. Look at pumpkin seeds. Um, Carve a real pumpkin this year. If you've never carved a pumpkin before, it's kind of fun. It's messy, but it's fun and it's slimy and it looks crazy, but it's really good for you, especially if you can get a piece after you take all those hairs out the way and those seeds out the way. The seeds taste like popcorn. If you can roast them and put a little bit of sea salt on them with some olive oil in the oven, they're delicious. So I eat mine with the holes on them. I just eat the whole thing. But then the pumpkin itself, put a little season on top. Some people don't like aluminum foil, so you can bake it in a glass dish and put some savory on it and make it a little bit on the salty side, or you can put some brown sugar on it and some spices. We talked about those spices. Add those to it. Pumpkin is actually a squash. So I just want everyone to start considering with their mind's eye and their hands and their sensory system what you want to eat. And the last thing I want to comment on is water. You have to drink water. There is nothing magical about a body that doesn't get enough water when it comes through the system, or a body that lacks enough water, because your system can't cleanse itself without water. So you have to have water. Um, yeah, there we go. I
Wow.
just want to make sure if anyone had any questions, I'm pausing for questions if there were any.
Okay, well, definitely. The only other question that I have is, and you definitely addressed the issue that I raised with regard to mindset, and how to shift, and the importance. And I want people to understand that as you eat, your family eats, your children follow what you do. They don't just follow what you say, they follow what you do. And we pass on illnesses, we pass on spirits, we pass on whatever you are, what you digest. And so do your
Mm,
grandchildren become what you digest. So if you watch something that's a bunch of
mhm,
garbage on television that's going into the brain, you're digesting that. If you watch something, if you eat something
mhm.
that is really not good for you and it's tearing up the body, it's going into your cell structure and you're passing that on through your ovaries or your sperm. So be very mindful
Right.
of the food, the things that you drink because it's impacting you. One of the things that causes all four of the pre-existing conditions that I mentioned: obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and cancer, is high fructose corn syrup. So here is a tip for you. First of all, I want you to go and look it up. Look up what the dangers of high fructose corn syrup. That's number one. Then I want you to look up who approves the use of high fructose corn syrup in foods and drinks that we consume
Mhm,
in the United States. Okay, so number
mhm,
one, to look up the dangers of high fructose corn syrup. And then secondly, I want you to look up who approves the use of high fructose corn syrup in the United States. And then after you see the dangers and you see what it causes, then it's a direct correlation between high fructose corn syrup and the 1.7 million people who die annually of diabetes, sugar diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and obesity. And when you compare those numbers
mhm,
and you see that's annually, then I want you to go look into your cabinets, and your refrigerator and your freezer. And I want you to see what foods and drinks that you have in your home right now possess high fructose corn syrup. And when you read ingredients on a bottle or on a box or a can, and you really shouldn't use cans. That's a whole nother conversation about aluminum and what that does to the body and the brain. So you really shouldn't eat and you shouldn't cook in aluminum. You should use cast iron or steel, stainless steel. If you have aluminum
Mm-hmm.
house, stop cooking with them. You can look that up.
Yeah.
That'll be for another show. But when you think about
Yeah.
what transpires in high fructose corn syrup and you look at the ingredients, the largest amounts of the ingredients in a product start off first. So if it's sugar or water or high fructose corn syrup, you'll see that it goes by the amount of the ingredient, right? And so when
Mm-hmm.
you look to see where high fructose corn syrup is, where it's placed, and the products and how many of the things you're eating, you're literally creating a slow death for yourself and your family because all of those things we
Yeah,
mentioned
I
is
did say that too. Yeah. Well, when I was telling about the squash, I mentioned putting it in a glass pan, to cook it. So I want everyone to take notice that we have agreement here. And I also want to comment on sugar, refined sugar, white sugar, where you can find that is the same place with the high fruit corn syrup. It's actually listed as a drug. And a lot of our people don't understand there's a reason why it's listed as a drug, like FDA drug that we take into our bodies. And I think that's part of the experience. Like I said, being mindful of what you're putting in your body, especially when it comes to digestion, obesity, and diabetes. Sugar, you've got to look into sugar a little bit more and do some homework on it. It sounds like a lot for, I'm sure, the audience to do, but it's a matter of life and death at this point, right?
well, I mean, I don't know if it's really a lot to do. I think it's a, I mean, all it is pick out things that you have in your cabinet that you're going to put in your body or you're going to feed your family. Like,
But
and decide decide whether or not you want to keep feeding your family something that is in black and white in numerous sources. Um, Kim Colwood just said in the post that in Europe they're much more strict with regard to the
right,
chemicals and preservatives and things that they put into foods that diminish
right,
sperm count and a number of other things that impact society. So we definitely have to be very, very mindful and take the time. This is a show. We love to party, we love to entertain, but more importantly, we love to educate. And that's why we got the dynamic
absolutely.
duo, the one and the two O of Midwife T and Natalie Redd. And then I'm on the side, I'm chilling, and I got a nice size head. That's brain. But anyway, that's what time it is. So it's
Thank
Funky
you.
Friday.
Thank you.
Midwife T, any questions from the audience, please let us know. Put them in the chat, and we'll work to answer those questions and
Yeah.
comments. When we come back, though, we're going to hear another tone. If we don't have any questions or comments, we will let Midwife T leave us with one more comment for this part two. Part three, what's coming up next week, Dr. T?
I think
I see we're
next
dealing
week, if I can,
first week.
from yeah, if I can pull it forth, I'm thinking about men's health and women's health. And men's health, I think we're going to do prostate, and women's health, fibroids.
Mm.
Let's talk
And
about it. That's what I always say. Let's talk
talk
about
about
it.
it. And make sure you do the research right now on baby powder produced by Johnson& Johnson that had asbestos in it and what that did to all of the women. There's a suit out right now, a class action suit that you need to know about because I'm sure you've had family members
Mhm.
who use baby powder, put it down on their private parts, put it underneath their arms, put it in their chest, and there's a
Mhm.
direct correlation.
Mhm.
Things that people go into buildings to clean out with full suits on, full hazmat suit,
Mhm.
clean out of old buildings, taking asbestos out is the very thing that was
That's right.
placed into baby powder. And that same,
Right.
company has been used to do a whole lot of other things that people are being asked to take right now. So that's not 1920 we're talking about. That's 2020,
Mm-mm.
2021. And they stopped selling baby powder in the United States, but Johnson and Johnson is still selling it overseas. Why would you sell something
Mm.
that causes cancer just because one country
Mm.
decided not to do it anymore, and the same country
Mm-hmm.
create something to help stop the most supposed to be prolific challenge we have in our medical history? Ask yourself some key questions. This is Darius A. Stanton with the Piece of the Morning Show for our good brother DJ Five Star. And when we come back, guess what? You're going to get it. Some more of Natalie Redd before we
We
roll out,
can
and
talk
Dr. T
about it.
to let you know what's going on and her
Yeah.
final thoughts before we close out on
Yep.
Funky Friday on the Piece. All right. Welcome back. And it's time for that Funky Friday wrap up and the peaceful moment. And instead of me giving a commentary on the peaceful moment, I'm gonna ask Midwife T, Dr. Midwife T, to just give us
All right.
one more parting thought that you can share. You can repeat one, of what you shared earlier today because you gave a lot of great information. Some of it we included.
Sure.
Um,
Sure. Yeah. So mindfulness, very important.
mm,
From your hands to your nose to going into your mouth, very tactile culture. We like to feel and have a sensory perception of what we eat. We do it with clothes and other things that we touch every day. We have to do it with food. We do it when we see a car that we like. We have to do it with foods. Um, Everybody is responsible for moving ourselves into a healthy state of mind and being. And we broke it down to talking about two disorders, obesity and the diabetes today. Um, but of utmost importance is that the follow-up happens, that you go back and read the labels of the food in your home. And if you find yourself wanting to lean in the direction of doing better, but feeling that you just don't know how, stay tuned and maybe even send us a little comment. We're accessible and we're listening and we're happy to be here to help encourage you to build a better body. So thank you for having me.
would you please share your email address so that people can send you questions and
I
follow up with
will.
you to get
I
additional
would
information?
love that. Yes, indeed. I'd love that. So you see the dr.midwife, it's at symbol LIVE. So live or live, whichever one. dr.midwife@live.com. And I'd be glad to hear from you if we didn't address your comments on the air today.
All right.
I'm ready to party now.
I know that's right. All worked up the appetite
I'm
now.
ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, so we already had the first half. We got a puff off of that. Now we're gonna get a munch off of
Yeah.
that. Mindfulness.
Yeah. Dessert. She gonna give us dessert.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, so thank you so much, Dr. T. We look forward to having you back next week for part 3, men's and women's
Thank
health,
you for having me.
prostate, and we're gonna deal with the woman's fibroid, and just understanding, how that's impacting us. And we talked about what you need to do. Make sure you go look into your cabinets. That's your homework. Look into your cabinets, find out what you're eating and drinking. Before you buy things at the grocery store, you see a juice that you like. Let me just look at it and see if it's any red number 40, and look those numbers up and teach your children how to do it.
Hmm.
They will make the decision for themselves and they will help you, because guess what? You're going to get older. Let me just tell you this really quickly. This is very important. You're going to get older. And when you get older, your children are going to have to make decisions for your health and well being. They're going to be the ones to feed you. They're going to be the ones to talk to the doctors and the nurses and the homeopathics or anybody, natural health practitioners, to tell them what's going on. And as they give you information about how to treat your parents, how to heal your parents, you need to be able to ask key questions. The only way you can ask key questions is if you do research yourself. Well, the same thing applies for your children. And so it's important for you to teach your children how to research the items that are on the back of labels, because that will change their mindset. They won't allow anybody else to feed them something that's not good for them. They won't even eat it if you feed it to them unless you make them eat it. This is
Hmm.
mine. I looked at this. I looked this up. This causes cancer. It's a carcinogen. Blue number 5 or red number 4 or yellow number 6. These things do this. So they'll start to read the labels and look at and understand what staphylococci is. Not only teach them how to read it, but teach them
Hmm.
how to write it out, teach them how to spell the word, all of those things, so they can be using that information to save their lives. But more importantly, or just as important, to save your life, because they're going to read the medicines that people are going to want to give you when you get older and you're not able to speak for yourself. Or God forbid, before you get older, you're in a position where you're not able to do for yourself. And your children are going to have to be the one to ask key questions. And if they don't know how to ask key questions, you put yourself in peril, you put your legacy in peril, you put your children and your grandparents and your grandchildren in peril. So please
That's right.
have your children do the research, look the labels up, do the writing, have them write it out, do the definitions, let them learn how to spell the words. It'll be great teaching and education for them, but most importantly, it'll save their lives. I apologize, Red. I had to jump on that real quick
That's
because
okay.
it got me.
So look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm about to turn off my camera and turn it up. I'm listening. I don't want y'all to see what I'm doing though. So I'm gonna have to turn that off and I'll push the chair back now. I'm getting ready. Come on, sis.
Friday, you
Come
got to.
on.
You don't want to see. I know what it is, Red. She don't want to see me outdance her on screen because I'm the number one. I'm the number one car dancer in the world.
Oh, do I have a
See,
challenge? Hold up. I'll
I'm the
back
number one
down from a
car dancer in
challenge
the
now.
world.
Come
So
on,
you
brother
are
D.
not
What
the
we
car, but on
doing?
the seat, I'm nice with mine.
All right now.
Hey, look. Hey, look, Sister Ray, he gonna catch me up here tutting and carrying on.
Oh,
What you gonna do something with me? Have to
Not
bring
the
it back
tut.
quick, you
Not
know.
the tut.
Hey, look, what we doing? What we doing? Come on now.
hey,
Okay, it's on you,
I
Queen.
ain't, even-
Okay, oh, there you
I
go.
ain't even gonna do that to you, Slim. Oh, we can.
Ah,
If you
ah,
feeling like
I
if you
love
feeling like
my
fun,
people.
know.
I love, I love
Okay, well,
being
if y'all
me.
want
I
a
love
dance challenge,
y'all.
then I'll do a dance song.
No, no,
Y'all
no,
can
no,
dance
no.
Set this up
I
challenge.
was
for
gonna do what I'm gonna
set
do.
this up for us, Queen.
No, you do what
Okay.
you do, and I'm gonna move. So I just want y'all to see me move.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the song that I'm about to do is my latest single, which is titled "Only Takes a Beat." It's on my new EP, which my EP will be released on Monday, September
Okay.
the 20th. R&B 101 will be released. The title of this song is "Only Take a Beat." "Only Takes a Beat" is produced by none other than Wayne Patrick Brown, aka Wayne Breezy, out of Connecticut. So, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me because I'm having to do it this way. Tony, if you and Dr. T could put yourselves on mute.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Bass. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Tonight's the night. Gonna leave all my troubles behind. Put on my dancing shoes. Take away the blues. It's time to slay. Forget about yesterday. The day is done. Tonight has just begun. So everybody, let's dance. Only takes a beat. Oh, rhythm now. Only takes a beat. The DJ makes a special groove that makes your body wanna. No time for holding up the wall. The dance floor is waiting on us all. Let's call for alcohol. Yeah, yeah. So everybody, let's dance. Only takes a beat. Oh yeah. Woo! Hey, break down, break down, break down, break. Uh, Now move and groove. You got it. You got it. Dance. Oh yeah. The DJ makes a special groove that make your body wanna move. Oh yeah. Dance. The DJ makes a special groove that makes your body wanna move. Oh yeah, only takes a beat. Move your body. Woo! Thank y'all. That was Only Takes a Beat by yours truly, Natalie Redd. It is available. It's available now, but it will also be on my EP that drops on Monday, which is R&B 101. And hey, that is a feel-good song. Dance, because it only takes a beat.
Sister Red.
Yes,
Sister
ma'am.
Red. Sister
Yes,
Red.
ma'am.
Did you see me throw the walk back up in there? I threw the walk back in there. Come on.
You were getting it.
I tried to throw it in there. I
Hey,
got to
hey.
throw the walk. One hand.
I don't know, Tony. I think she got you. I think she got you on the dancing.
Oh, look.
Well,
I'm
since
going,
he
I'm
was the
going off
guest
the
on the
camera
show,
now. We're going to holler
I mean,
back next week. I'm about to do
right.
the
Hey,
dip,
listen, so
dip,
thank you so much.
dip,
Oh yeah.
dip.
Oh, what?
Your music is so
I
happy,
see how y'all trying to
healthy,
tag team it,
fun.
though. Y'all go ahead and give a little high
It's
five.
romantic.
High five and what?
You get both my high five. Both of them. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to send it like rays at you. Monday, everybody. Hit it.
I love her.
No, I love music, girl. You don't even know. Wait till I see you. I know I did it Care style, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do Care Bear. Still my caring. Okay.
Yo,
Okay.
hey, y'all did it. We did it. We appreciate you joining us. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Make sure you share this show. get all that good information that we put out there, all that good vibration that we put out there, all that good love that we put out there. You just saw Care Bear, Dr. Midwife T, just send you her heart. She tried the two hands. She didn't try, but she actually sent her rays of power and light and love through both her hands
Beaten.
to Natalie Redd. Right. And now look at them. They heart beating to each other and everything. We just got a whole new kind of twisty. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
hey,
right.
look, I'm so
That's,
grateful. We're so grateful. Thank you to all of our good and righteous ancestors. Don't forget this weekend, the Baltimore County African American Heritage Festival, Cultural Festival, excuse me, Baltimore County African American Cultural Festival starts at 10 a.m. at Towson, Maryland, at the District Courthouse grounds. And the special headliner is Freddie Jackson. Yours truly, the Peace of the Morning Show will be there broadcasting live from the Education Village. Acknowledgments to Cynthia DeHaces, DJ Five Star, who's the chair and the founder of the Baltimore County African American Cultural Festival, is the Speaker of the House here in the state of Maryland. And that is, although I'm in DC right now, at Streets Media. Shout out to Streets Media, the engineers, producers, for their wonderful production. And Maryland is going to be on fire tomorrow because the Baltimore County African American Cultural Festival is tight. And the following weekend, you have the Kunta Kinte Festival in Annapolis, Maryland, followed by a boat ride, the comedy boat ride. So it's a whole lot going on. Check out our page. You get a chance to see it. You can buy tickets. Kunta Kinte is free. The boat ride is for building a level 2 emergency trauma center fundraiser in the District of Columbia, Southeast. So, hey, thank you so much, Natalie Redd.
Thank you.
So, are we gonna get you back? Are you willing to come back on? I mean, can
I'm
you?
I'm
You know,
willing to
talk to me
come
quick
back.
before
I'm
I
willing to
forget.
come back. We can dance. Eh, eh. Only takes a beat.
Oh, so next time you come in the studio next week.
Wait, what? Hold, wait. Next week would be a little bit of a pickle.
That's okay. That's
However,
okay. Don't
we
worry
can
about it. We got you.
schedule it.
We got you. We
we
got
can
you. We
we
got
can
you. We got
schedule
you.
it
We know
though.
you did. We got you. The fans was just pressing me. They sending me notes in the back. They're like, "Yo, get her back on. Get her in the studio. We want to see her do her thing." Yo, y'all
Oh,
not ready. I'm gonna just tell you that right now.
yeah, they not ready. They not ready.
The first time I saw her was a couple of years ago in the summer at the fairgrounds or the festival, and she turned that out. So, and every time I see her, I've seen her after that, she turned it out. So, hey, thank y'all for joining us. Really appreciate you, Dr. T, the midwife. Thank you for being here for our good brother DJ Five Star that's out in Chicago at the Black NBA Conference. Shout out to you. And congratulations to the Congressional Black Caucus celebrating their 50th year anniversary this weekend.
Wow,
And also to
congrats.
the Maryland Legislative Black Caucus. We are celebrating our 50th year. I'm not a delegate or a senator. I'm a foundation board member for the Maryland Black Caucus Foundation. So go to our website and check us out. Buy tickets to our gala coming up in November. Regina Bell is the headliner. So, hey, this is Darius A. Standing with the Peace in the Morning Show. Queen Natalie Redd, hot as can be. Share the show. Go back and listen to the music if you missed it, because you will get a real treat just like I did. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you. Bye,
Hey, do me a
everybody.
favor. Say peace in the morning.
It's peace in the morning. It's peace in the morning. It's
Funky
peace in the
Friday.
morning. It's
Funky
peace in the
Friday.
morning with Darius Stanton. Hey.
Ooh. Put that A in there. Give me that. Peace in the
It's
morning.
peace
With
in the
Darius A.
morning with Darius A. Stanton. It's peace
Oh,
in the
shucks. I'm going to have to go
morning.
back and redo my
It's
theme
peace in
song.
the morning.
I'm trying to tell you, she's going to please do a vocal drop for us. Hey, look, love you much, Queen. Thank you so much. Peace in the
Peace
morning.
in the morning.